There's a reason you always feel like you're paying more than everyone else. You are. Companies are using AI to scan your personal data and charge you higher prices than they show other people.
Are you paying more when you go shopping online? Consumer advocates say it's possible because of a practice called surveillance pricing.
It is called surveillance pricing, and that is when a company sets the price you see based on your unique habits and demographics.
Same product, same website, different price based on who you are. Academic research found that Amazon, Staples, and the Steam video game store vary prices by geographic location by up to 166%. Studies show iPhone users automatically pay 15% more. And Uber has been caught charging extra when your phone battery is low because their algorithm knows you're desperate. This is surveillance pricing. Corporations are using your own data against you to extract maximum profit. And most people have no idea it's happening. The surveillance pricing scandal. Companies use AI to charge you more. Let me show you exactly how you're being manipulated. Here's what surveillance pricing actually is. Companies use your browsing history, your zip code, your device type, even your phone's battery level to show you different prices than other people see for the exact same product. According to McKinsey, AI-based pricing systems increase company revenue by up to 15%. That's billions of dollars extracted, not by making better products, but by charging each person the maximum they're willing to pay. They've been quietly building profiles on you for years, and now they're using those profiles against you. And here's the most insane part. An independent analysis found that Uber charges up to 6% more when your phone battery drops below 15%. Think about that. You're stranded, your battery is dying, you desperately need a ride. Uber's algorithm sees your desperation and charges you more. That's not supply and demand. That's exploitation of vulnerable people by AI. Academic research on price discrimination found differences of up to 166% for the same online product, depending only on location. Same item, same website. Over double the price based on where you live. Let me tell you what happened to Sarah. She lives in a wealthy Boston suburb. Last month, she was booking a Chicago hotel for work, searched on her iPhone, found a Hilton room for $280 a night. Her colleague Mark, middle-class neighborhood, Android phone, searched the exact same hotel, same dates, same room type. His price? $240. $40 cheaper for the identical room because Sarah had an iPhone and a wealthier zip code. She didn't know, so she paid $280. The hotel made $40 extra simply because their AI determined she could afford it. Now Sarah does something different. Every time she books a hotel, she asks Mark to search on his Android first. If his price is lower, she books through his account. It's absurd that she has to do this, but this is where we are. Here's how this happened. Dynamic pricing started with airlines after deregulation in 1978. American Airlines created a system that raised prices as planes filled up. By 1985, they reported 6 to 8% revenue increases just from this. Then hotels adopted it in the 1990s. Hilton's system increased revenue per room 6% annually for 3 straight years. But this was still based on overall demand. Everyone saw the same price that day. What changed everything was the internet. In 2000, Amazon started testing personalized prices. Same DVD, different customers paid different amounts. When it became public, Amazon called it testing. What they really discovered was they could charge people different prices, and most would never know. Then Uber normalized it in 2012 with surge pricing. Prices could multiply by 200% based on demand. People complained, but accepted it. Uber convinced everyone this was just how markets work. But here's what actually happened. A 2024 analysis found that Uber's upfront pricing system, the largest scale implementation of algorithmic price discrimination, enabled the company to systematically raise rider fares and cut driver pay on billions of rideshare trips. Between 2022 and 2025, investigations showed Uber's take rate in the US rose from 32% to 42%. The algorithm wasn't balancing supply and demand. It was maximizing Uber's profit. Drivers didn't earn more. Uber just took more from riders and kept it. And that battery exploit? That's Uber seeing you're vulnerable and charging more because you have no choice. After 2020, AI supercharged everything. Modern algorithms analyze millions of data points about you specifically. How many times you searched for an item, how long you left it in your cart, what device you're using, where you live, what time you shop. Then they calculate the maximum you'll pay before walking away.
Costco, Kroger, Safeway, Sprouts, Albertsons, and Target. If you've used Instacart to shop at any of these retailers, you may have unknowingly participated in Instacart's AI-enabled pricing experiments, according to a new Consumer Reports investigation.
Between 2022 and 2025, this spread to groceries.
Do you use Instacart for grocery deliveries? You might be paying more than the person right next door and never know it. A new Consumer Reports investigation found Instacart is running AI-assisted pricing experiments on shoppers across several major grocery chains.
Research on Instacart revealed products varying by 23% among different users viewing the same item at the same time.
Price differences can be pretty big. In some cases, shoppers saw prices that were 23% more for the exact same item.
And 74 to 75% of products showed different prices simultaneously.
One Safeway in Seattle, the same basket of groceries ranged from $114 to nearly $124.
You and your neighbor could both order milk at the exact same moment and pay completely different amounts based on what Instacart's AI thinks you're each worth. Now it's hitting physical stores.
They're small, they're digital, and they're changing how your grocery store sets prices. But are electronic shelf labels helping shoppers or hurting them?
In 2025, Walmart and Kroger started replacing paper price tags with digital shelf labels. Walmart plans to deploy them in all 2,300 stores by 2026. These labels change prices instantly for thousands of items in seconds, which means they can charge different amounts depending on who's shopping and when.
Electronic shelf labels let stores change prices with a click of a button. That's raised fears about surge pricing, like charging more for ice cream on hot days.
Kroger is facing massive scrutiny because these systems could theoretically show you one price and show someone else a different price for the same milk on the same shelf. Airlines went all in.
So how is Delta using this predictive AI, and what sort of data are they incorporating into these price models?
They're basically viewing AI as a super analyst.
Delta announced they're using AI to set individual prices based on forecasting your willingness to pay for specific routes. A 2012 Wall Street Journal investigation exposed how companies like Staples adjusted prices based on customers' proximity to rival stores. The investigation found that Staples displayed higher prices to shoppers in areas with fewer nearby competitors and lower prices where rival stores were within 20 miles. Disturbingly, this led to an unintended outcome. Customers in lower-income areas often saw higher prices than those in higher-income areas because the pricing algorithm was targeting local competition, and many lower-income or rural areas had less competition. Some of the most price-sensitive customers, often the poorest, were paying more. Here's what this actually means. Every price you see online was calculated specifically for you. The algorithm looked at your data and decided the maximum you'll pay, not the fair price, not the cost plus reasonable profit, the maximum extraction price before you give up and leave. And here's the thing that should make you furious. It's completely legal. There are no federal laws prohibiting surveillance pricing in the United States. Companies can charge different people different amounts for identical products, and they don't have to tell you. But you're not powerless. Here's what you do. First, always use incognito or private browsing mode when shopping online. It won't stop everything, but it limits what they can track. Second, compare prices across multiple devices. Check your phone, check a computer, use different browsers. You'll often see different prices. Third, use a VPN to mask your location. If the algorithm thinks you're somewhere else, you might see better prices. Fourth, never search for the same item multiple times. The algorithm reads that as desperation and raises prices. Search once, screenshot the price, close the browser. Fifth, abandon your cart. Leave items sitting there. Sometimes the algorithm drops prices to recapture what it thinks is a lost sale. And sixth, Clear your cookies obsessively. Don't let them build a profile of your shopping behavior.
How do people avoid this? Can they avoid it?
Okay, so there's a couple of different things. I mean, first, just be vigilant. You are responsible for protecting you, but you can clear your browser history on your phone. You go into settings or on your computer. You can also shop in incognito mode or use a virtual private network.
But honestly, individual tactics aren't enough. This needs regulation. The European Union is already investigating these practices. Several EU countries have proposed bans on the most extreme personalized pricing. The United States needs to catch up. Companies defend this as efficient markets, but that's garbage. Efficient markets require transparency. You can't have efficiency when one side has perfect information about the buyer and the buyer has zero information about how prices are set. That's not a market, that's a rigged game, and it's deepening inequality. Wealthy people with options and time can avoid the worst prices. Poor people with fewer alternatives and more urgent needs get exploited the most. The people who can least afford to pay more are the ones being charged more. They're not setting prices based on what things cost. They're setting prices based on what you're worth to them. And their AI has calculated exactly what you're worth down to the penny. Sarah pays $280 for a hotel. Mark pays $240. Same room, different data, different price. Here's the bottom line. Every time you use these tactics, you cost them money. Every time you clear cookies, mask your location, compare across devices, you break their algorithm's ability to exploit you. Every time you share this video, you cost them customers. They're using AI against you. Use knowledge against them. Companies are betting you won't notice, that you'll keep paying whatever price shows up on your screen, that you'll assume everyone sees the same number. Prove them wrong. Pay attention, compare prices, ask questions, make noise. Because the moment enough people realize they're being individually targeted and charged different amounts, this whole system falls apart. So here's my question. Should companies be allowed to charge you more just because an algorithm decided you can afford it? Or should everyone pay the same price for the same product? Because right now, we're in a world where every transaction is personalized. Every price is set by an AI you can't see, and you have no idea if you're getting screwed. Let me know in the comments. Have you caught different prices on different devices? Have you been hit by surge pricing? And if this changed how you see online shopping, hit subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.